All right, here we go. So I wanted to showcase few few good matches that I played, where basically some of the better matches that I play. I like to record them and then post them. Now this was done almost a month ago, so this isn't against the newest of the newest decks. But I figured I want to just show these so I can clear some space in my inventory, so that way I can make more new gameplays, because right now I just have a lot of spaces clogged up. So I'm gonna just show them all in this one video, all four videos, and then on the next video I'll showcase the other deck that I do, which is the mutants, which is pretty cool. So if you want to see something new, fresh, that I don't really post too frequently, which is my mutant deck, I'll show that as well. Um, so I'll go ahead and set up the scythe lock my opponent. Of course, they weren't able to do much, which tells me a whole lot about them. That tells me that they need their extra deck heavily, or they just bricked, one of the two. So I'm going to go into Crusadia Evermax right here, Cherubini. That is going to set up the Water Enchantress. And pretty much this is game. My opponent, it was already game before I did that, but my opponent was just like out. They didn't want nothing to do with that. I mean, you're pretty much gonna get OTK'd. I should look at their deck and see what they're playing, but whatever. Whatever it was, it didn't matter because they scooped. They didn't play anything. So, all right. So here is the second match, and this time we're playing against Baxi. So they start off with look like Fluandereeze, and it is Fluandereeze. I pretty much know how to beat Fluandereeze players from playing Fluandereeze, and this is after the actual ban, so they couldn't use the Floodgate monster. They couldn't actually search that one, so it's pretty cool. I do miss that card myself, if I'm being honest, because I did play Fluandereeze myself, and I know some people will say, "Oh, why would you play Fluandereeze? Why would you play Brandy Despair? Why would you play Sword Soul? Why would you play um, Runix? Who cares? Whatever. They're just different archetypes." So he go ahead and he put out his negate. He also puts out Impin, which is completely fine by me. I'm going to send Water Enchantress, grab the right. I'm going to play right here. He's going to activate the negate. I'm going to call by the grave his DD Crow, which is completely fine by me. That's exactly what I wanted him to do, was just honestly negate everything that I was kind of putting up. I still end up putting up the adventure token, and then I just go ahead and activate this. So now I have an Omni negate. This will stop this card from summoning, but then it activates this once he goes to make a play, which is completely fine by me, because he doesn't have any way to extend past this. This is just him being desperate and just using the opportunity that he had. So I still end up going into the cards that I need. Now I can use these two to go into Baron the Floor. I'm going to pop that card. I could have also went into Chang Ying, but Chang Ying would probably help his deck a little bit, if I'm being honest. So I just attack with these three monsters, and I know that once he goes to make a play, all I really have to do is stop his main play. So he's going to activate Call by the Grave, which is completely fine by me. All that does is set a scythe for me, which I actually forgot to do when I was playing. So I accidentally clicked no because I was just clicking because of any interruptions he did. I stopped his field spell, which is what he was trying to bait me into, was the field spell. Stop that, and of course he knew he was going to lose, so he just attacked into me. Let's go into the next gameplay. That's how you easily just devour a weak ass player. Like, and then on top of that, I had trigger discipline and knowing which effect to negate to pretty much stop him. So let's see, what is he going to do now? So he goes terraforming right here. Okay, so this is the end board. Let's go ahead and break through this. We're going to start off with Water Enchantress. We're going to ash this card right here so he gets nothing. Nemesis Keystone, that'll put this card back into his back into the deck so I can use it again. I use these two cards to go into Mud Dragon of the Swamp, or he uses those to go into Mud Dragon of the Swamp, which is completely fine by me. Completely fine by me because I still hadn't even normal summoned yet. That was my normal summon there. And then he's going to Forbidden Droplet me to stop this card. Now he has no resources whatsoever. I do have 4 Mud Skipper and Rescue Cat, so both of these cards can be useful for me on my turn. So let's see what's going to happen. So now I can go Scareclaw Balloon. Balloon would have went into combo, but of course my opponent did not want the smoke. 3 main starters right there in my hand. Of course I wouldn't have been able to use 4 Mud Skipper to do anything because the main monster zone was taken up, but Rescue Cat plus Balloon both would have gotten me to where I needed to go. My opponent was pretty much dead. All those hand traps that he ran for absolutely nothing. Let's look at what he was playing. I have no idea what the fuck this deck is, but I know it was going to get shit on by me. Let's also look at Baxi's deck. This was going to get shit on completely, which it did. And let's look at this deck right here. This is the one where they didn't play a damn thing onto the field. 100% needed his extra deck, so I was right in that. And then the final deck that we'll look at in this video will be this deck right here. Wow, so it looks like I'm playing against Marinesis. And let's see how this ends up going. And he had Totally Awesome, so he got some use out of it before the ban went into effect. Let's take a look at it and see what happened. The Toad ban, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little frustrating for a ban. They should have banned Ronin Toad instead, or they could have banned Swap Frog. Either of the two would have stopped the new archetype or the new deck that everybody's been playing. But whatever. So they go Marinesis, make their plays. Let's speed this up some. They make their plays, and I'm pretty much going to summon out Chaos Hunter. Chaos Hunter will completely screw their deck up because a big part of their deck has to do with a banish. There's a banish in this combo that they need, and because I summon this out, now they have to figure out a way to get rid of it. So that's exactly what they do. So then that way now they can do the banish or whatever they need to do to make the combo work. But just that little bit of interruption made it difficult for them. And it may have potentially actually like helped me and saved me the game. I still get Imperial Iron Wall, which will make it extremely difficult for them to do anything to me. What they just did doesn't stop anything whatsoever. I'm going to summon this out. Go Scareclaw Lightheart. This will draw the card that I need. So he's got his field spell. I got my field spell. Reichheart goes onto the field into Scareclaw Rival. This will set up basically my DPE and the Scythe Lock. They need their extra deck 100%. 100% they need their extra deck. So I know popping this card right here, perfect. Attack, 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 attack. And then Scythe Lock them on their turn when they only have 500 HP left. And he's going to Droplet right here, which is completely fine by me. He sent a monster, so I couldn't respond to it. But I do have this card to pretty much stop this. So now he's going to go Marinesis, Blue Tang. This will draw me my Draco back, which is completely going to be useless if he destroys this token. Now he has to find a way to banish. He has to find a way to banish my DPE. And he needs to get rid of my adventure token, otherwise he's screwed. So he's got 2 cards that he has to get rid of this turn or he's screwed. So he attacks into my DPE, which is completely fine, means it's coming right back. Artifact Scythe gets popped, which doesn't really matter at this point. He already had stopped it, but it does come back, so it's pretty cool for me. He's going to imperm my Anaconda, which is like pretty stupid. DPE comes back onto the field. I pop this card. It gets rid of everything on his field. 100% of all of his cards are pretty much done for. Going to Scareclaw Tryhard. And of course at this point I'm just trolling. I could have attacked years ago, but I'm just trolling at this point, just showing how much I can do. I'm going to attack right there. Opponent's pretty much dead. So yeah, GG's. We're gonna miss you, Toad.